If you notice that you've been working out and dieting, but you're still not losing belly fat, you're still not toning up, or if you see yourself eating meals, eating healthy, but you're not feeling satisfied, I mean, you're still tired, still having like brain fog and things like that, more than likely you're missing this one main macronutrient, okay? And it's protein, okay? I know a lot of people think when they hear the word protein, they think about protein shakes, or they think about chicken, or they think, bro science, the bodybuilders, and all these types of things. But believe it or not, protein is critical for not just weight loss and fat loss, but just overall health and having energy on a daily basis. Okay. I've noticed people and research even show this, guys. It's not just me, but people who tend to have a very low protein diet, they tend to have more sugar cravings. They tend to have more health metabolic issues like type 2 diabetes. And so it's very, very important to eat protein. So in this video, I'm gonna share not just what types of proteins you could be eating, but also portion intake for your proteins, as well as like timing and strategy and frequency when it comes to eating proteins throughout the day. Okay, so we're gonna dive right on into it. I don't want this video to be no longer than about 10 to 15 minutes. Um, so first off, like I mentioned, protein is just one of our macronutrients. All right, our main three is proteins, fats, and carbs. Okay, but what I find people who have a hard time losing belly fat, having energy, being able to lose weight comfortably, and not feel like they're starving and tired all day, you got to have more protein in your diet. The people that struggle are the people that lack protein. Okay. And so, with that said, I want to give you guys a couple of different types of protein first, then we'll segue into the other things. Okay. So, proteins. I said chicken earlier. Some people, they may say chicken is boring. Guys, chicken ain't boring. If you think chicken is boring, you are boring. Okay. It's not the chicken because there's a million different ways to cook chicken. You can saute it, you can saute on the skillet. You can air fry it. Like if you are a high achieving professional and you don't have an air fryer at home, you are missing the boat. It's a cheat code. If you don't want to be in the kitchen, if you like me, you don't want to be in the kitchen no longer than what you need to be, 10, 15 minutes max. All right. Sometimes I don't even want to be in the kitchen that long. You need an air fryer. Okay, it's gonna make your life so much easier. Gonna help you save time. All you gotta do is season up the chicken or whatever protein you're gonna eat, or even other foods, and just throw it right on in the air fryer for a good 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, and it's good to go. Okay, it'll taste like it came from a five-star restaurant if you season it properly. Okay, so you have chicken, you have eggs, egg whites, steak, things like New York strip steak is one of my personal go-tos. I go over to Whole Foods, get me some New York strip steak. You could also eat what else? You could do your nice little ribeye. Although ribeye does have a little bit more fat in it, that's why I like New York strip steak because it's less fat. Or you could do like a flank steak, something like that. Um, what else? You have any type of fish, guys. Like all the meats that you can think of, they're proteins. Okay. Some of these meats may have a little bit more fat in them than others, but all meats are proteins. Okay. So let me give an example of what I mean. Salmon. I love eating sockeye salmon, like wild caught sockeye salmon. And although it is a protein, it does have fats in it also. Okay. Versus something like tilapia. May not be the best grade of fish, but it's a great source of protein. Okay. And it doesn't have any fat in it, if any. All right. I may have 1 gram of fat, if any. Okay. That was one of the foods I ate almost on a daily basis when I was doing my bodybuilding shows back when I used to compete in bodybuilding. And I got more ripped than I ever thought my body could look eating uh, tilapia, eating tilapia and chicken on a daily basis. I got extremely ripped, even won a couple of trophies because of it. And so, a lot of the lessons that I learned back then from the different types of food and how they affect our body, I still have with me today. Also going to Georgia State University and studying nutrition and exercise science. But you have things like salmon, protein, tilapia, shrimp, mahi mahi, halibut, all these different fish are proteins. Eggs, egg whites, proteins. And the same way as like New York strip steak and ribeyes have fat in it, eggs also have fat in it, but it's still a great source of protein too. Like it should be. a staple in everyone's diet. I feel, if you're not allergic to it, eating eggs or even egg whites that just have straight protein in it. Okay. And so these are different proteins, even tofu. Some people who are vegans, I'm not a vegan coach now. Don't come over here if you vegan thinking I'm about to be able to help you. There's plenty of vegan coaches out there. I'm not one of them. I'm going to eat meat. Okay. There's a lot of people who think that eating meat or eating red meat is bad for you or is unhealthy. And that's not the case, guys. That is not the case. It's about the quality of the meats that you eat. If you eat a lot of poor quality meats, like if you're eating burgers all the time, you're going to Burger King, or you're going to. I had somebody reach out on Instagram the other day. They said, make a video at McDonald's. I was like, I don't eat McDonald's. You think I eat at McDonald's? Ain't no way. That is, you are not my audience of people if you eating at McDonald's. Like, busy professional, you not eating no McDonald's. Like, it's not just about weight loss, it's about putting the right fuel and energy in your body so that you can not only look the best, but you feel your best. If you are eating junk food like McDonald's, your body's going to look bad and you are going to feel terrible, guys. Terrible. Like McDonald's is like a last resort. That's like if I'm traveling and there's nothing else around me that I can eat that I feel comfortable or trusting to be able to eat. Like when I went out to Puerto Rico, I'm not about to eat certain foods that I just don't, I'm just not comfortable eating, or going to a place where I'm like, I don't know about that place. You know, I'm gonna go to McDonald's in that situation. Yeah, I'm gonna go to McDonald's in that situation. But most cases, like that's worst case scenario. Okay, you don't need to be eating no McDonald's, guy. All right, if you're doing that, I don't know what to tell you. That's not high level thinking right there. That's not high level activities when it comes to your eating habits. But it's about the quality. Okay, so you need to be eating more quality, more whole foods, foods that have are dense with nutrients. If you're eating a lot of fast foods like McDonald's, although it might have the burger and may think that it's protein, it's really empty calories, and it has no nutritional value to it. You're just eating calories and wondering why you don't feel satisfied. You're eating calories, wondering why you still have brain fog and feeling tired. It's because it's not giving you any nutritional value. But if you eat from home or eat at more upscale places, dare I say, Kava, or you got Chops. You have Chick Fil A is decent. It's decent. Chick Fil A is one of my go tos. Kava is one of my go tos. You can even eat. Well, Chipotle is what I meant to say. But you can also eat Chick Fil A. If I go to Chick Fil A, I want to like do like some grilled nuggets from time to time, and what do they call it? The side salad, something like that. Okay, but I'm doubling up on the nuggets because I want to have enough protein, right? And so it's all about having the right nutritional value, not just all calories are not created equal, guys. Okay. Um, so that's the first thing, the types of proteins. Second thing, portions. Portions. One of my rules of thumb when it comes to protein, because you do have to know your overall calorie intake. When y'all hear me talk about energy management and things like that, I'm referring to calorie intake. Like calories is just a metric of energy. If you notice people who have big stomachs, a lot of they have the muffin top, they have the love handles, they have man boobs and things like this. This is because they consumed an excess amount of energy over a prolonged period of time. And over time, this excess energy in our body becomes fat. That's what happens because we're not utilizing that energy properly. Okay. It's excess fat. Okay. So, what we want to do is we want to consume the right amount of calories on a daily basis. So, let's say, for example, you're eating 2,000 calories a day to lose weight. Now, 40% of that overall calorie intake should be allocated towards protein. If you're somebody like me, you okay with eating a little bit more than 40%, you can bump it up a little bit more. But let's say you don't prefer to eat 40%, you could drop it down slightly. But you want to stay right around that 40% range, okay? It's for a couple of reasons. It's not just doing it just to do it, but it's going to help you manage your energy and your blood sugar. A lot of people who tend to have type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, running into having brain fog and things like that, it's because they're not eating enough protein on a daily basis. Okay. If you don't eat enough protein, it's not just gonna help, it's not just gonna affect your weight, it's gonna affect your energy and your overall health. Okay. So that's why it's very, very important. And so when you divide this up though, and I'm gonna get to this in just a second, like the frequency and the timing. If you're eating 40 grams of protein, well, 40% of your overall calories is protein on a daily basis. You need to divide that up by the meals. Okay. So you eat 3 meals. Let's just keep this real simple, just for the sake of this podcast. Let's say you're supposed to eat 150 grams of protein a day, and you're not going to do any snacking. You're just going to do breakfast, lunch, dinner. Each of those meals can have 40 grams of protein. You just divide it up. Okay. Or let's say you want to eat a little bit less. Let's say you want to eat maybe a snack or a snack or two, right? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner can be, let's say, 30 grams of protein each. Okay. And all my folks stick with me now. I know some of y'all don't like math, but three, and then, 3 times, what is that, like 90, right? And so you're eating like 90 grams of protein, right? But you still have more room to eat more protein, right? You still got like 60. So you can eat like 2 snacks and divide that up. Okay. And so that way you still hit your protein goals throughout the day. Okay. That's how you divide it up based on how many meals you're eating and based on how big your meals are going to be. Okay. I hope I didn't go over your head. You might have to go back and listen to that part. I don't know. But anyway, that's how you do it based on your lifestyle, which is the second thing. Well, the third thing, which is frequency and timing. And so some days, and some of my clients, we will eat 3 meals a day. Okay. If we eat 3 meals a day, then those meals can be a little bit bigger. Okay. But let's say you have 3 meals a day plus 2 snacks or one snack. Those meals need to be a little bit smaller because you still want to stay within that calorie intake. And so if you keep your meals big and your snacks become big, now those meals have to be extremely small because you won't be able to fit it in that daily calorie intake. But let's say, for example, some days um, I only eat brunch and dinner. I don't do breakfast. I'll do like a quick snack for breakfast, maybe like a protein shake with some fruit, some healthy fats like walnuts, and then just to kind of like so I can get my day going really quick because sometimes I have a lot to do on in the mornings, and so I'll do that, and then I'll do a brunch around 12 or 1. Okay, really big meal. That meal could be somewhere around 900 to 1,000 calories, somewhere up in there, and then in between there, I may eat another snack, and then after that snack, I'll do another big meal, which will be dinner. And so both those 2 meals, brunch and dinner, the protein intake in both those meals could be significantly higher than if I ate 3 big meals throughout the day. You see what I mean? Which for me, like I don't want to be thinking about cooking meals all day long. No way. I'd much rather, eat the meal, I don't have to think about it for a couple of hours, then eat my next meal. But if I'm having to eat like a bodybuilder, eat 5, 6, 7 meals a day, I'm not gonna stick with it. And that's what happens to a lot of busy, successful people who I tend to help because, before them working with me, they did the generic meal plan that said eat 6, 7 meals a day or just do the chicken and broccoli diet. Well, and they would either starve themselves or it just wasn't convenient for them enough anymore for them to be eating throughout the whole day because they had work meetings, they had to travel, they just had so many other things going on. It's just they couldn't maintain it, they couldn't sustain it. And so this is why it's important to have the right strategy that fits your life. Okay. Not following John just because John was able to lose weight. John at the gym was able to lose, 50 pounds from eating doing the keto diet and, eating 1,500 calories. That don't mean that's gonna be the best route for you to go. Okay. You have to have something that's gonna support your situation the best. That way you can not only get results, but you can keep them. The issue that I see most times in this fitness industry is people are just seeing what other people are doing and they're just, oh, let me try that. Then after a couple of weeks, couple of months, they fall off because they couldn't sustain it. Oh, let me try that workout. Oh, let me try that diet that this guy just did, or my cousin just lost weight. Let me do what they just did. And this is why so many people have a hard time. This is what amateurs do. All right. This is what amateurs do. Like pro level high performers, they understand they need things that are going to be tailored to their life, tailored to their goals, tailored to their situation. That way they're not guessing. That way they're not like being inconvenienced because they're like, man, I know he like eating his broccoli, but this broccoli is like really disturbing my stomach. I need to eat, something different because I don't want to be gassy in my meetings and having issues while I'm going to work. And so it has to be tailored to you. And so it's important to have the right strategy with frequency, like meal timing. Like some of my coaching clients, they eat 3 meals a day. Other ones eat 2 meals a day. Neither one is right or wrong. What's right is as long as it fits you. When it fits you and it helps you get the results and you can keep the results, this is how you get long lasting results. Okay. You're able to perform in your career, have energy in for your, excel in your career, but also have energy to enjoy time with your family. You could look and feel your best, not, being like people who are lacking the confidence, feeling embarrassed because their clothes don't fit the way they want them to. You know, these types of things happen when you're lacking protein, when you're lacking strategy around how much protein and the frequency of protein you need to eat throughout the day. But once you get this right, guys, I'm telling you, you'll be able to not only build your best body because that's going to happen by default when you start doing this the right way. But what's even more important is you start having the energy and the mental bandwidth to just enjoy life and excel because you feel well. So you look good and you feel good. All right. Hopefully, y'all found this helpful. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. Drop any comments, questions if y'all have questions. If you would like for me to remove the guesswork for you, build you a step-by-step plan, a plan that's built on results, a plan that is proven to work if you put in the work. I'll drop a link down in the description and so that you can explore the options of working together. All right, we out of here. Let's get it.